And now Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Paul Bean.
All right, we're going to start with another look outside, but there's actually not much going on in the sky. As the sun comes up over Idaho Falls, you'll notice pretty clear out there. Although, as soon as you go outside, that's when you start to feel it. It's much colder today than it was yesterday, even without the winter weather that went along with it yesterday. So luckily enough, flooding is the only thing we're dealing with. Over in Minidoka County, still seeing the flood warning in effect, and there's also a flood advisory in the areas of Jefferson County as well as Bingham County. So as you head up towards the north, you're seeing a little bit of that water from the rain, from the snow that wasn't able to penetrate into the ground because of how frozen it was, or there was snow over it at the time. So just be very careful if you're in those regions, as well as an avalanche warning that is actually very quickly backing off. It was just half an hour ago over the entirety of the Central Mountains, backed off to a small amount to the south of it, as well as in Montana. So the conditions out there are improving, especially since we don't have any more rain or snow coming down on top of it, which would definitely make that situation worse. That being said, temperature tracker still cold. I mentioned 10 degrees lower than what we saw yesterday at this time, 27 in Pocatello, 24 in Idaho Falls, a 0 in Yellowstone, -2 up in Montana, and a -5 over in Stanley. So it is a cold day. It feels like winter again, even though we're just starting off March. It should start to warm up, although it seems like the end of February was warmer than the beginning of March. Taking a look at the storm tracker, though, staying completely clear, not really seeing any snow. A little bit still burning off in Jackson, and we will see a little bit with a chance tonight into tomorrow morning. And then when that backs off, we have another few days before we see any legitimate snow making our way forward into the work week. Of course, taking a look zoomed out, we do still have that low pressure system off in the distance that's going to start heading this way, and next week we are going to see the effects of that in the long run. That being said, future tracker not showing that much, although once again, chance Friday night into Saturday. Take a look as we hit around 6 o'clock tonight. It does condense, but it's very scattered, and it's not really going to reach into Pocatello, Idaho Falls. It kind of goes around, but we do have a slight chance in Pocatello as well. That zooms out. We're going to start to see that move out at the end of Saturday, and then into Sunday it stays clear as well, actually clearer than what we're seeing today. So it is going to improve over time. Now let's take a quick look at that Southeast Idaho Chevy dealer 7-day forecast, because you'll notice that small amount of snow, that chance that I mentioned on Saturday, temperatures sticking to those mid-30s, so it did cool down, but it is going to stick there. And as they come back to those mid-40s, snow and rain makes its return as well. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, specifically seeing those chances of rain and snow make their return. Idaho Falls following suit. Tuesday a little bit calmer, but the temperatures do dip for the weekend and then come back up for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, back into those low 40s, and Wednesday and Thursday being that snow making its way through. Mountain regions a little bit colder, seeing the mid-20s over the weekend, seeing a little bit of a chance on Sunday as well snow-wise, but very similar pattern as it warms back up as that next snow comes through on Wednesday and Thursday. You'll notice they're pretty much the only area that's seeing a negative on the low there. And then finally for the Central Mountains, following suit, dipping the temperature down for the weekend, warming it back up on Tuesday with a little bit extra on the side there on Monday, but the snow makes its way back around through next week, and definitely a little bit calmer than what we saw earlier this week when we were seeing feet and snow. A little bit calmer than that, but still seeing snow in the forecast. But for now, I'll send it back over to Rachel.